Hello, cats and kittens. Oliwa Jose, Yoroshiku, and welcome back to Manga Mondays. We're here giving, I'm here giving my review of One Piece 1026, The Pivotal Clash. And it seems like we're in the end game. It seems like we're really getting down to the finality of the Wano chapter in terms of the actual battles, which means that we've got to be expecting some big flashbacks relatively soon, which brings a couple of things to mind for me in terms of how Oda usually finishes his fights, especially when we're talking about major level ups for Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. At this point, because Luffy's defeating the Yonko if he defeats him on his own, but Zoro and Sanji are leveling up officially to first and second Yonko commanders. Officially. Because if Luffy's indeed reaches the level of a Yonko, then his two top subordinates have to be at the level of Yonko commander. So we'll get into that in a second. Anyway, so it opens up with a flashback of what's that kid's name with the long nose? Tengu. The fellow with the Tengu mask, I can't remember his name. It's not really important anyway. So he's with Otama. Oh no, actually, yeah, Otoko. Before no, he's with Otoko and speaking to Tama in the flashback regarding Otama's basically telling him that she has to go. She can't just sit here and enjoy the fire festival while this big battle's going on. She has to go, and he's wondering if she's all right and such and such. There's that bit. And then that segues into the actual battle that's on top of Onigashima, because while everybody's enjoying the fire festival, little do they know, Onigashima is literally about to drop on top of their heads. They're unaware of this because it's just breaking through the clouds. Okay, then that takes us back to the battle on top of the roof. And it's being reported that Luffy is clashing with Kaido, and there's two dragons facing off against each other. And people don't know that Momonosuke has actually been aged up and he's able to use the dragon form, the larger dragon form of his devil's fruit, artificial devil's fruit. So it's a cute bit. It's a very endearing bit where, as we knew going into this that Momonosuke would not be able to use Kaido's, abilities. And if he did, everybody be calling BS on it. Because he hasn't trained as long as Kaido. He doesn't know the ins and outs of using Kaido's abilities, because those abilities, quite frankly, could just be unique to Kaido that he worked out, because of being a dragon for so long. So he's new to this larger size of his body. So we would not expect him to be able to use Boro breath. Luffy, on the other hand, says he's going to shoot fire at us. You spit something back. Now, out of fear, Momonosuke was saying that he can't do it. He's not up here to fight. He was just here to bring him up to the top of Onigashima. But then Luffy basically tells him to bite Kaido. Now, Momonosuke is even afraid to do that just because of who he is. He's still a kid. He's a little kid at heart, and he's facing a grown man. You know what I mean? And a dangerous one at that. But then he reflects on all of the hardship and the horror that Kaido has visited on his family and on his country. And it emboldens him. He goes in and just bites him. Now, is this a death-dealing blow? No. It hurts, apparently, because he's a big dragon and he's probably got steel sharp teeth. Does it penetrate? I don't even see it drawing blood, but it didn't feel good. We can say that. I like the fact that he overcomes his fear based on his his anger with Kaido overcomes his fear of fighting him. And then Luffy, while he's doing that, Luffy basically tells him, "All right, you did enough. Get out the way." And then he hits him with a blow. And I'm assuming he's using at that point advanced armament, or it's not even a. First up, Luffy hit him with an elephant gun. Then he hits him. It just looks like with a blow, and I'm assuming it's advanced conquerors. Both are effective. Kaido sent reeling. With the Gear 3, he smashes him into the ground, and with the advanced armament, he just blasts them, and he's jolts backwards. So it's an effective blow. We go from there. We jump actually from there to the other battles that are going on. I said this is pivotal. This is a pivotal. This is all of the battles seem to be coming to their conclusion. So Jack's squaring off with Inuarashi, and it seems like Inuarashi, he has the upper hand because they've lost their Sulong form because of the Cloud Government. Same with Nekomamushi. And Jack even admits that had Inuarashi landed one more blow, that he might not have been able to get up. So that shows you what level Inuarashi is. He's basically first, second, or third Yonko commander level. To be honest with you, if the two of them went into this fresh and Inuarashi started in Sulong form, I'm assuming Inuarashi would have cleaned him out. So I think he might be all said and done above third commander Yonko level. I think he's above that, but that's just a guess. Inuarashi, I'm assuming the two are the same ilk power-wise, but Sparrow had him on the ropes without his Sulong form. And I don't even, that's kind of weird because I don't even see Sparrow being as strong as Jack for sure, but whatever. So both of them are kind of on the ropes without their Sulong form, and it looks kind of bleak in that respect. Then we go and we're jumping between fights from fights to fights. The interesting thing here is that okay, first of all, Luffy basically lifts Momonosuke's spirits up. He tells him that you just took a bite out of him. You bit an Emperor of the Sea. Is there anything in the world that you should be scared of? And Momonosuke realizes that he says no. So he gives him his marching orders. You go and, stop Onigashima from falling. I'll take care of this. So this is like, Peter walking on the water. You know what I'm saying? This is like a huge moment for Momonosuke. He's being basically he's been cured of his fear of heights. His fear. I don't know if there's anything, like Luffy said, that he should be afraid of at this point, because he's went toe to toe with the Emperor of the Sea. He's taking a bite out of him, so I bit into him. So now he's emboldened. He's off to go save Onigashima, which is fine, because I don't think that he could be of that much of a difference maker in a fight against Kaido. Here's an interesting bit. Interesting to me anyway. We go to a small, just a brief panel of Sanji and Zoro, and they're back to back in their respective fights. And they're kind of wondering, was that they're trying to wrap their heads around the fact that Momonosuke is the other dragon fighting against Kaido. But as they're fighting, Sanji is huffing and puffing, and Zoro is wheezing. Now, first thing that hit my mind, what's the difference between the two? It seems to me like you huff and puff when you're tired. You wheeze when you're about to tap out. And we know that there's a minutes restriction or limit on the cure that Chopper and the Minx gave to Zoro. So I'm wondering, is he about to hit his limit? And Sanji's already huffing and puffing. They've been fighting for a while anyway. So are their fights with king and queen respectively going to be reduced to one-shot victories. Usually when you get that, the fight that levels you up, you're going to get at least a chapter. So are we going to get a chapter each of Zoro and Sanji's victories over king and queen? Maybe a chapter and a half or something like that? Or is it going to have to be done within, like a half a chapter each to finish off their respective opponents? And if so, that might seem a little weak to me. I'm wondering about that. And we also have to wonder, is Luffy going to be able to actually beat Kaido by himself? Which would be a little bit unique at this point, because he usually gets his level up victories in his last few anyway, been done with the aid of someone else. Nami helping him beat Cracker. Basically, what's the kid? In Whole Cake Island, man with the big mouth, defeating, anyway. The last few fights he's had help defeating his opponents, even if you go back to Doflamingo, because if he didn't have help there, would he have beaten him? Now, there's no doubt in my mind that he could beat Doflamingo easily at this point. That's not even a fight for him. Any of the Sweet Commanders, he could dust them off at this point. As we see going forward, he goes one-on-one with Kaido. The two clash with Conqueror's Haki, Advanced Conqueror's Haki, and Split the Skies. That's some Yanks Whitebeard level stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what Yonko do. So he's, at this point, he's at the level of a Yonko. You can determine how powerful he is. We'll see on whether he beats Kaido or not. But he belongs at that level now. He's surpassed commander level. That's done. Any commander you throw up there, he can beat at this point easily, in my opinion. King, queen, whoever. Well, let me not say it. Okay. Ben Beckman, we don't know because we never seen him fight. Anyway, he should be able to beat. I say he should be able to beat a commander, a Yonko commander at this point. Most likely, he should be able to beat anyone. I'm going to hold out on Ben Beckman because I just haven't seen him do anything, but he should be able to beat Marco. He should be able to beat the cat that I can't remember his name. I'm bad with names. Anyway, the big mouth back on Whole Cake Island, who's probably been demoted anyway. So he's past that level. But can he defeat Kaido by himself? And if he does, Kaido, I believe, is of the four Yonko, he's first or second. That means that he skipped over somebody. Now, I don't know if that's Shanks, I don't know if that's Big Mom or what, but or Blackbeard, but this firmly entrenches him within the Yanks ranks of the level of a Yonko. Maybe the weakest, but could the weakest Yonko defeat Kaido? Which makes me think he's not going to do it by himself. Which honestly is reasonable. If he gets help, that's fine. It doesn't diminish the fact that he's upped his game. Katakuri, that's the name that I keep blanking on. I think he can take, I'll put it like this, before his mastery of Rio, I don't think he could have beat Katakuri. Because he won that fight, but Katakuri gave it to him. He was helping him, basically. At this point, I don't think, it doesn't matter what Katakuri does. I think he beats him flat. That's my opinion. But we just got to wonder, where is he within the ranks of Yonko level people? And that could even include people like his pops, you know. I'm saying the strength level of somebody who could compete against one of the four Yonko. So you don't know. I don't think it would be, he's not the strongest person in the series, that's for sure. He's not. You would assume that he would be that if measured against the Yonko, he would be. I don't know what you call him now. If he's the fifth emperor, he would probably be fifth amongst the emperors and ascending. But if he beats Kaido by himself, I don't see how you can say that. Anyway, we go back to Inuarashi and Nekomamushi, and the fact is that the clash between Kaido and Luffy split the skies opens back up their Sulong form because the clouds are no longer blocking the sun. The mates have to see the sun to activate the moon. They have to see the moon to activate Sulong. Now that they can see the moon again, Jack and Pearl Sparrow got problems. And they're dusted off quickly. You know what I mean? They're one-shotted by Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. They're done. And it's official. It says the eldest son of the Big Mom Pirates, Pearl Sparrow, is down and out. Shattered his candy arm. He's done. I mean, Nekomamushi one-shots Jack, man. He's lucky to be alive. He's on the level. He's on the same. I mean, I think of that as basically when was it Page One went down, and when Big Mom hit him with whatever that was and went straight through him. Yeah, he's on that level. He's done. Lead performer of the Animal Kingdom Pirates, Jack the Drought, is out. That's a little interesting because I would have liked Jinbei to get Jack to kind of, equal things up. He struggled with who's who and beat him, but there was some extenuating circumstances there. If Jinbei had beat Jack, then you got a 1, 2, 3 with a straight up heads up match. Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, King, Queen, Jack. You scrubbed out the 1, 2s, and 3s, but he's gone, so that's fine. As long as they're beaten up. And then we get the final shot of what's his name we get? Orochi hiding in the shadows watching all of this. It's basically saying he's shocked that Jack got put down, but it's kind of like that's not my problem. Who's gonna put him down? I don't know. It'd be nice if Usopp puts him down, but I don't know what they're gonna do with Usopp at this point. But this does to me raise the question as to whether the undercards are going to be. Is this the end game? Are we at the point where the battle for Onigashima is coming to its end? Because we have to get flashbacks of Kaido to understand his whole thing with the Onis and all that nonsense he's talking to Yamato. Why he's trying to convince Yamato that humans and Onis can't live together in peace, so that issue can be resolved, because Luffy's basically going to resolve that issue, at least to the reader's understanding, or he might do something that convinces Kaido that that's not the case. I don't know if Kaido's going to be redeemed. He seemed like somebody that just needs to be crushed. But he seems like he needs to be crushed and done away with. And I still hold out the idea that Blackbeard's going to come in and pull a Whitebeard on him, steal his devil fruit, and kill him. I think Blackbeard's on the way. The ending is going to be a little bit more complicated than I think people assume, if they're thinking that it's just going to be Luffy beats Kaido and that's the end of whatever. And you still got to account for Big Mom. She's loose out there. So if you beat Kaido, you still got another Yonko to deal with. And after beating Kaido, it's going to take an alliance to put down Big Mom, because I doubt Luffy's going to have the strength to go toe-to-toe with a second Yonko. Because if he does, you might as well just give him the One Piece now. It's over. He earned it. If you top off 2 Yonko in one day, then you should be the king of the pirates, to be honest with you, but that's not going to happen. So it seems like we're in the end game. It seems like we're coming to the conclusion of the battles. It's just a matter of how is this going to work out taking into account the flashback that needs to come up, Sanji and Zoro's victories, with apparently both of them about to reach their limits, especially Zoro. And if Sanji and Zoro are out for the count after these battles, at least if Zoro's down, there's a lot of resolution to his story. He can't be out after he beats King, because I think there's still some stuff that he has to do, especially with regard to Kaido. So we'll see. But he's wheezing at this point, and wheezing is never good. So we'll see. New chapter this week. There's no break. So we'll get the answer to those questions pretty soon. So enjoyed the chapter. I hope you did too. And look forward to 1027. Until then, stay loose.